Is it me, or do interviews these days actually test performance under pressure more than ability to do the job? Because honestly, these days, interviews feel like a high-stake game with so many hidden rules and so many scripted answers. Everyone is telling you what to do in an interview, what not to do in an interview, do this, do that, say this, say it like this, don't say this one. Like, I miss the days when it was just a pure plain test of who could do the job the most. If you've bumped an interview where you actually qualify for the role, or hired the wrong person because you were sure they qualify for the role, then you should definitely stay to the end of this video and tell me about your experience in the comment section. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about, we're going to be unpacking why interviews feel like a game these days and who actually wins this game between the polished performer and the actually truly skilled person. First one is confidence theater. Now, these days, interviews have become a performance theater and the best actor usually wins. Many candidates simply scale interviews by being confident or projecting confidence. Recently, I saw a tweet where someone said she was mistaken for a particular speaker at an event who had her exact name, and she went on stage and crushed it. Now, she said she was just saying random stuff confidently and sounding very deep without actually having a clue about what the topic she was presenting. Now, personally, I feel like there are a lot of loopholes in this story. But the point is, people tend to believe you more when you speak and act confidently. So in an interview, when you meet the candidate with a firm handshake, the person who speaks fluently, no filler words and all of that, maintains straight eye contact and is utterly composed, you subconsciously conclude that, this person should be knowledgeable, even when they might not be. And on the other hand, when you're interviewing somebody who seems anxious, you also subconsciously presume they're incompetent. The second thing here is the storyteller's advantage. In interviews, there is something called the STAR method. It's actually a structured way to answer behavioral questions during an interview. I spoke about it extensively in another video that I will link here, but to help you better understand it, STAR stands for situation, task, action, result. You basically paint the scenario, talk about what you are responsible for, talk about what you actually did, and then the result you got from what you did. Now, this is storytelling at its finest, because it holds your attention and it's also very clear on outcome. In fact, I think the STAR method was introduced to help people who are not born storytellers to be able to excel at behavioral questions during an interview. But have you met somebody who is an actual storyteller in real life? In boarding house, because I went to a boarding secondary school, I had a hostel mate who was exceptionally good at storytelling. She would tell movie stories so good that when you actually see the real movie, her version of the movie would be more interesting. And it's not that she would lie, no, but she would deliver the script so well with the perfect performance. And the funny part is that sometimes her stories would have a lot of Igbo in it, and yes, non-Igbo students will still be engrossed in those stories that she's telling. Now back to interviews. The person who paints the better scenario often wins because they will entertain you while giving you a very clear outcome, even when they are bamboozling you in real life. An interviewer who isn't using a very clear interview score system will lean towards the storyteller, not because they are better, but because they've compelled you to think that they are better, and the truth is you enjoyed the interview section with them. Then there's something I call the psychology of perception. Interviewers will react to you based on how they perceive you. I once told somebody that the bulk of the interview is the hiring manager deciding if they like you enough. Is this right? No. Is this accurate? 80% of the time, especially when there is no strong scoring metrics. Why? Because humans make decisions emotionally and then justify it logically. Basically about every other thing. So it's not just interviews. So if a recruiter feels good about a candidate early on, they subconsciously interpret answers more positively. And this is called confirmation bias. A lot of things play out here. There's also the halo effect, where one good trait influences every other thing, or the similarity bias, where the interviewer leans more to someone who is like them. Now, this is why structured interviews matter. I made a video sometime about how to design a simple structured interview system to help eliminate some of these biases. But the fact that this happens is also why an interview candidate must prepare psychologically, not just technically. Now, I'm not urging you to perform, no, but I'm urging you to know what your best advantage is and explore it. I'm basically saying, put your best foot forward. Now, at the end of the day, who wins the game? Usually the confident storyteller who knows how to read the room. But for smart organizations, they build systems in place that help them make better assessments. So while you are learning the gimmicks to have a good interview, also prepare yourself practically so that you're ready for the job.